Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. We're about to get started in just a few minutes. Let a few people come in. How is everybody doing today? Grab your drinks. The template that I'm working on, I've already popped it up there if you want it. It's off of Etsy, but you'll see it when I have made some changes to it. So, give me 1 second. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, y'all. Let's get it popping. Get ready to get it crack-a-lack-a-lacking. Let's get it crack-a-lack-a-lacking. It's gonna be a quick live tonight. Quick live, quick boss up. Looks like I don't have my paper cut long enough. Okay.
Trying to get your t-shirt business started, but you really don't know where to turn? Well, I'm Latana Robinson, the Lady Print Boss. I teach people how to boss up and how to grow their business, make six figures. If you don't believe me, then go ahead and Google me, honey. If you're ready to boss up, make sure that you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I am going public with a new video. Trying to get your t-shirt business started, but you really don't know where to turn? Well, I'm Latana Robinson, the Lady Print Boss. I teach people how to boss up and how to grow their business, make six figures. If you don't believe me, then go ahead and Google me, honey. If you're ready to boss
for us to jump on here. Hey, y'all ready to get bossed up tonight? The Lady PB in the house. We gonna be working on this Givin Boss Rhinestone design, y'all. This is the one that in the last video I got sick. My granddaughter, I had took her to, my granddaughter had came over and I did not know she was sick. And in the last video, I tell you guys, as soon as I got off, I went to throwing up everywhere. The girl gave me norovirus and I had to cancel my class for tomorrow, so there will not be a live training class here in Dallas tomorrow. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm gonna wait, let a few people come on in. Hope that y'all can see the camera, that everything is going pretty good. Tonight, I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna get off. I'm still a little sick. But a boss gotta do what a boss gotta do. So we're gonna wait a few minutes, let a few people come in. This design here is over on the website. I am using the flock from over off of my Amazon page, and I just have it pressed with some Oracle sign vinyl. makes a great design. Makes a great piece of flock to cut. I love the black. I really do. I'm gonna go ahead and mask this one and then start on the other design, on the other part. How's everybody doing today? How was everyone's weekend? I know I missed a lot because I've been in the bed. For the most part, yesterday I did get out of the bed because, y'all, when you are self-employed, business is business, and the phones keep on ringing, right? They just keep on ringing. Carol, the little girl, almost killed me. I tell you, I was hugging the toilet for quite some time, and just so happened that right as I got off, I said, oh my goodness, I think Lily got me, because her mom had brought her by, and she said she thought she was sick, and she was eating. I got her to drink, and so I just thought that she was in panic mode, but Lily was actually sick. Not only did I get sick, Ken actually got it too. So that norovirus, y'all, is nothing to play for. You vomit and you have bile coming out of you. So it's all going down on each end. I mean, all at one time. It's like terrible. So TMI, right? TMI. So we blinging tonight. This is the Givin Boss design. I had to go back to the website, redo it. Not back to the website. I'm so used to talking about websites and whatnot. I had to go back and redo this and put it back up on the Etsy store. So the new file is now up. I'm using the rhinestones off of my Amazon page again tonight, and I'm missing a great two rhinestones did not come on here, y'all. Two rhinestones did not lay. I will go back and lay those. This is the really light pink that they have on there, and this light pink, I like it, but I wanted it to be a little bit more of a vibrant pink. But you get so many stones for the price that you can't beat it, because I think this was 100 gross for, I don't know. Go look on there and see. But this was a really good price. It's just that pink is really light, but it's very blinky. So I did this one last night. I mean, not last night, the night before we got off. So I'll do this one tonight. Finish this part up. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. If you are new to the channel, then welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or member, then hey, how you doing? Okay, let's see who's in the house tonight. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Hi, Carol. Carol, I am doing okay. I'm feeling a lot better. Hi, Loretta. Yes, ma'am. Thank God. Yes. I'm so glad, Carol. I am so glad. Hi, Baby's Giant. How are you? I don't know where all of my regulars are. I don't know where my regulars are tonight, y'all, but we'll see. Maybe they'll come in. Maybe they won't. Sometimes my lives do not go out to people as they're supposed to, and so it takes some time. Hey, Denise, how are you? Did I say hi to you? I'm not sure if I did or not. So yeah, we're going to be using this flock tonight. I am absolutely in love with this material. I'm in love with the way that it cuts. I'm in love. I just literally lucked up on this. Literally lucked up on this because normally I do my rhinestones. A lot of times I do my rhinestones with the cardstock. But this cardstock, y'all, has been causing problems with my blades. And so I've stopped using that and started using this. Well, I've been looking for different flocks and things like that, and finally found something that I fell in love with. And I'm always on the hunt for different flocks. So if you have a favorite flock, you know, I'm a DIY girl. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, because I am always looking for my next best thing going. And this actually peels really, really well. Go ahead and start pulling it up. It will pull up most of the stones. Now, I have it mirrored with the Oracle 651. And the Oracle 651 does really, really well. However, once you lay this template down, it literally sticks. And so it sticks to whatever you lay it down to, and you can't get it back up. So those little places where I have little stones, so far I've had to go ahead and pick those out before I flip it over. So I'm going to do that now. But this is really, really, sometimes I can get like all 100% of these to come out. But it lays so great that I can lay these rhinestones literally with my hands, y'all. It's perfect, perfect. And it's what makes it even so much better is that I'm an Amazon Prime member, and so I can get this flock in next day. The flock is, if you would go to, I have the Etsy store pin, not the Etsy store, I'm sorry, my Amazon store pinned up in the comments, and it is Latana the Lady Print Boss on Amazon. And the flock that I'm using, this is by HTV Runt. Today I'm using the black, but I tried both the black and the white, and both of them work exactly the same. Now, I originally started out with the white, Carol, but the white, I thought, let me see if I can find a piece of it. I thought that it would be easier for me to see the cuts because I couldn't see the cuts on the white. And I honestly still can't see the cut on the black. I just have to go for it and peel it. As far as my settings, I'll tell y'all the settings. If y'all don't know the settings, I've done this a couple of times, but every time we get new people in. And so if y'all want to know the settings, I will let y'all know. I don't know where my admins are. I guess they'll come in at some point and maybe help me out. So I was sick. I took sick on Sunday night, which Mondays are my $10,000. Monday is my $10,000 Monday. Or at least I try to do $10,000 every Monday in sales. Well, I was sick as a dog, so I tried to get up and start answering the phones, right? I tried to answer the phones, but you could hear it in my voice that I was just out of there. And I decided to put my auto attendant on. And so I put the auto attendant on, and my auto attendant is through Google Workspace. And it really does help me as far as with business, with catching clients. I guess I'd rather for them to go to the auto attendant than to hear me sounding like crap, you know. But I tried, excuse me, y'all. I tried to do my best and get in a few sales. It was really, really hard. Hold on a second. Let me see. If you go up to the very, oh, I did not put it on there. You're right. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go on there and put it on there. You are so right. Give me 1 second. It's easier for me to just put it here because the name is so long that I can never, ever keep up with it. Right? It's literally too long. And I've tried to figure out, I need to figure out a way that I can have Amazon maybe
So right.
change my name.
1 second.
There it is, paste. Okay. So when you go to the shop, there it is, y'all. When you go on to the Amazon store, I have everything categorized, y'all. I'm trying to do better with putting everything in categories that I have and that I use when I'm doing stuff. But sometimes life gets busy, and Renobia kind of got in my butt last week and said, hey, I'm looking for the rhinestones. Where is this? Where is that? So I do have a rhinestone category now, and I put the flock under that category so that it would come up. So hopefully I'm making things easier. And as you guys watch videos and whatnot, if you see that I'm using something that's not in there, just remind me, just say, hey, Latana, you need to put that link up. And I do get a little small commission off of Amazon. I think last month I got a whole $23, y'all. A whole $23. But I'm not complaining because it's a meal, right? When I had kids that would buy diapers. So, yeah, I tell you guys about the day. So, I turned on the auto attendant for a little while, and as I was laying there in the bed, you know how when you're really like dramatic, my whole family, all the women in my family were all drama queens, and so I was laying there sprawled out, feeling like I was gonna die, and thinking this is like the worst time, because for some reason this month my sales, I was supposed to start my sale on the 1st. I didn't do it, and it's just been one thing after another that's been holding me up. So this month has been slow for me coming out the gate so far. It's been a slow month, and I was planning on Monday making up my numbers, right? And then I got sick. So as I'm laying there, I see one number that's constantly calling. Whenever I get a number that keeps calling back to back, I know that's money. I'm like, either it's a robocall or somebody's dead, or it's just money, and I have all the numbers locked into family members. So if it's a number I don't recognize, it's money. And I finally decided I would answer the phone, and it was my angel in shining armor, right? Because there's a nice lady on the end of the phone that said they needed shirts by this coming Monday, and they were willing to take anything that I needed in stock, and it was that I had in stock, and it was like a whopping 200. I think it came out to be about 213 shirts total. So that kind of saved me. And then after that, I was ready to lay down and, lay down and get some rest. And because I was like, well, okay, I've made something for the week if I don't do anything else. And then I started getting a couple of other calls. And then the phones just kept ringing, and people just kept calling and leaving voice messages, like back to back to back to back. And there was like money coming from everywhere. And then there I was laying there, and I was missing it. So I did end up getting up and working the phones for a couple of hours. Long story short is that tells me that I really need to get myself together, because I used to have I have the auto attendant now, but I used to have a live receptionist, and I stopped that because things happen, and you say, okay, well, I don't really need that service anymore. But I found out that I did need it. So I'm just going to use this old sheet of transparency film. Actually screen printed some rhinestone. Made a stencil to screen print rhinestone designs. Okay, so there it is. It's ready. Hopefully I did not. Yeah, it's ready. It looks like you see some extra little dots, but those are actually the dots from this stencil. I probably shouldn't have put that on there because it makes it look really, really weird. Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, yeah, that's the outline. That's what I need. So I messed up. Right here in the corner, my design was not over far enough. So right there in the corner, it's kind of messed up. Let's see what we're going to use with these. We're using the 10SS stones. So I've decided that next week I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell y'all a quick, easy way to get a live receptionist, right? Let's see what color I'm going to use with that. That will work for me. I'm going to mix that light color with that dark color on that outline. Yep, that will work for me. This is, I don't know which one this is, but it's blinging like crazy. So probably one of my AB stones. Looks like a plum. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get a live receptionist back. And the only thing that they do is when you miss a call, the only thing they basically do is the call goes to them and they'll just answer it. T-shirt shop Dallas, and and just kind of take, little quick questions and things like that for you. And and then they send you an email transcribed with, what it is. Hopefully I have enough of these rhinestones to do this tonight. Normally if you're brushing them in like this, I'd have a whole lot, and I don't have that many tonight, y'all. I just want to get on here and do my due diligence. Get all of this stuff done. Try to get as much done as I can. I think this one has about 1,100 stones here, and then that one has makes up the bulk of the other, whatever it is. I think it was about 2,000 and something stones. Hey Mel, how are you tonight? We're rhinestoning tonight. We are rhinestoning tonight. I know Mel has a big announcement that's coming up. We're about done with those. All brushed in and looking nice and neat. Not bad, not bad at all. So y'all, I'm a left-handed girl. Tell me in the comments, you left-handed, right-handed, what? I am a left-handed girl who was always told that I did everything wrong. So don't tell me or give me any kind of drama about me brushing these stones in with my hand. For some reason, I just cannot get the stones to brush in properly using any of these tools out here. The one little brush that I have on Amazon, it works for me. But I've tried these Dollar Tree hacks, like I've tried this one, and it just does not work for me. For my left hand, I think it's just too big for me to hold. It doesn't feel natural. I just tried like everything. I've even tried this little sponge, and it doesn't work for me. So, give me some tips out there if you have any for brushing stones. Now, this paintbrush, this seems to work for me pretty good, especially when I have like the big stones like this. I can go ahead and, and kind of get them all after I've brushed them in, kind of get them all off pretty fast. This one works pretty good. And I think I just got this from one of the little Dollar Trees or something like that. It's nothing special about the brush. You see it's kind of fanning out, but if you do rhinestones, tell me about it. The paint sponge, not so the paint, okay, I know what you're talking about. I'll have to give that a try, because girl, I need some help. I cannot seem to get those stones in there when I use those things. I'm going to go back to my little brush. It just helps me pick up stuff, helps me move things without knocking stones out. We'll have some we'll have to put in. It used to drive me crazy to sit here and brush in these stones. Now that I'm not doing it, and like for orders, because I don't really, if we have a rhinestone request, then it's going to be something that 9 times out of 10 we're going to screen print like a faux rhinestone. So I don't have that pressure on me of I got to get that order out anymore. And it makes it so much relaxing when I'm doing these stones. Y'all, I'm noticing that some of my stones are mixed in colors. So Lowe's, Home Depot, or the baby's booty. Okay, I didn't know that she sold brushes. I'll have to give it a check it out. Does she sell the brush that you're talking about? The one that you're talking about? Right-handed. Yeah, I know, like, when I'm training people, I always tell them I'm left-handed, because whenever I'm coating a screen, it happens mainly when I'm coating a screen, people are looking at me and they're like, okay, what's going on here? And they try to coat it like I'm coating it, and then I'll tell them, no, you flip it to the other side, I'm left-handed. It took me a while to realize that I do things different than the majority of the population. So, but there are some perks to being left-handed. I just don't know what they are yet. $2. Okay. Girl, you can't beat $2, okay? You can't beat $2 on nothing. Oh, Miss Renobi, I got that payment in. You know, we were talking. So we were talking about sometimes, you know, guys, when you're dealing with this is a good topic for bossing up. Sometimes when you're dealing with government agencies and things like that, you know, they have like their own procedures that they go through for making payments, right? And I don't normally deal with city, like the public schools. I don't normally deal with the public schools just because it takes too long to get payment, and I've been burnt before. So I like to get my money up front. And I always tell people that part of bossing up is for you to make your demands and ask for what it is that you want, right? And a lot of people say, no, they ain't gonna pay. They ain't gonna pay. Ken said, oh, they gonna pay. They gonna pay. They dealing with you, babe. They gonna pay. And so they bent it and they made that payment because they wanted what they wanted. And here's the thing is, like I tell people, is in business, it's always about business with me, right? It's part of that boss mentality. When you walk in the room as a boss, you need to control the room, like all eyes on you. And that room could be via email, it could be on the phone, whatever it is, right? You just have to be firm on your prices and on your policies. If your policy is that you don't print shirts until they're paid for, then that's your policy and you shouldn't bend it for anyone. I've never bent my policy even for big corporations, so I'm definitely not going to bend them for like little small individuals or things like that. And I actually find that big companies don't mind paying, and they understand business, right? There's been times that I've had companies tell me, hey, Latana, we need you to do shirts. And this was at a time when I didn't really have the money to front doing, 3, 4, 5,000 shirts. And I was like, hey, I can do it for you, but I'm going to have the money and it has to be here by a certain time. And I had North Texas Chevy dealers. They care flighted. I'm not care flighted. Sent that money to me next day by courier. And courier came to my door with that check. That check was over 10 figures for me to get their order out. And so I think that a lot of times people in business don't stick to their guns, because you're new to business, or maybe you're struggling and you are trying to break in the door and you feel like, hey, if I kind of let down my guards and let down my prices, lower my prices and kind of bend the rules, then I'll get in with these people. And the truth of the matter is that respect, you have to take your respect, y'all. You really do. You have to take your respect. It's nothing wrong with helping a customer out when, they're in a jam or something like that. But for me, I help out those who help me. It's totally business for me now. After being in business over 20 something years, it's no longer the love of business. It's the love of the money. And actually not even the love of the money. It's just the love of, what is it? It's not even the love of money, because I don't really care about money. What I care about is making sure that my descendants are taken care of, right? That my family, that we bought, right? That none of my kids go without, that none of their kids go without, that they have a base to take them where they need to go in life. So whenever I think about any time about food coming off my plate, like if you're in business, think about it. Hey, when that order's due and you knock down that price, or you don't get paid, then you're taking food off your table. And I think it starts to hit home when you start looking at t-shirts and things as money versus, hey, okay, I'm just here spending time. I'm not doing anything anyway, so I'm gonna, it really didn't cost me much. It just cost me my time. No, your time is your money, and you have to make people respect it, and then you'll get a reputation for whatever your personality is. Some people may call me the B word as far as personality thing goes, but here's the thing. And then you have some people who don't like you because you're strong. But one thing about it is you let your haters be your motivators, right? That's what I always do. But I built a reputation in the industry, and there's a list that goes around amongst big companies, right? Y'all hear me talk about the list periodically where people will call and they'll say, yeah, I got your name off the list. So what has happened over the years is that companies know me and they refer me, and they know if we pay her, baby, she getting out of bed at 1:00 in the morning. If we call her and we cut that check, we gonna get it done. It's gonna happen, right? I've had companies that have had really, really big pool that have called me on the weekends, and I've said, sure, I'll be able to get that 1,000 shirts for that event. I'll get it to you on Monday, and it's on a Saturday, right? I'll get it to you on Monday, but the problem is the distributor's warehouse is closed. Oh, well, we're going to get it open. And I'm like, okay, you can't get it open. And then next thing you know, they're calling, hey, LaTonna, meet so-and-so up at such and such warehouse and to get in and get those shirts. So, as you build your name out here in business, you want to build it for being stern, but you also want people to know that you are approachable, right? And that they can talk to you about things, but that with me, I'm pretty no nonsense. I think that's, pretty much how it goes as far as with me in business. I think that's how people look at me, and they will a lot of times make things happen for me that they don't make happen for other people, because they know, oh, she gonna get that job done, right? I've only had, in 23 years, we only had one time that we could not get a job out. And that was a snow. It was a blizzard. They weren't going to have the event anyways. But I tried. I drove to Staten in that snowstorm. I didn't care. I did care. I was very careful. But I always was, that was the younger me. I was back then. Now, honey, it snows. Oh, the event is canceled. I'm sorry. Ma'am, do we need to refund these shirts? But that younger me, I wasn't trying to hear it. I was going to drive through whatever I had to drive through to get it because my kids needed it. And I was going to go out there and get it and come back with it, right? Almost there, y'all. Almost there. Okay. Okay, let me see here what Carl said. Yeah, you have to get money up front, especially now, Carl, in today's economy. I tell people I gotta have my money up front. And even when I'm training people, I tell people who I'm training who are entering the business is go ahead, ask for that money. And what I found, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, being a woman in business, sometimes, just being a woman, sometimes people don't respect your authority, right? As a woman in business. And I found it to be really, really helpful when what I did is I said, okay, a lot of times people would come into the shop and they would want to talk to Ken. And I would say, okay. And so what I started doing is I would create the invoice. I found that when you just give people prices and tell them, oh, this is what it is, sometimes they don't want to pay. But if you take that invoice and put that invoice in their face and say, it's it's 500 so-and-so dollars. How would you like to pay? Right? So when I put that invoice in their face, it's like, okay, now, boom, it's okay. This is legit. You need to make a payment. You can't go to the grocery store or anywhere. You can't buy groceries. Like, let's say I want to buy groceries online now, right? And I want to go and pick up. I have to pay for that stuff beforehand. You have to pay for those shirts before you get them in your hands. So people have to pay. And we live in this age now to where people know that, hey, that this stuff is not free and that they need to pay. But if what happens is because so many times businesses don't get paid up front, that when other businesses come along, like me, people will say things like, oh, do I pay now or do I pay when I pick up? Or, oh, I can give you 50% down. And it's me, I'm I'm just straight raw, right? With mine, I'm just straight raw. Like people call me and they'll say, well, can I put 50% down? No, ma'am. That's my thing. And I say it just like that, y'all. No, ma'am. You have to pay for this order up front if you want it to go to print. On our job proofs, it says that all orders must be paid for prior to going to print. And then we do a lot, because we do so many emails, send out so many email orders. Probably over 70% of my customers are still emailing. And it's kind of like they go to the website, they look at the prices, then they call me and to kind of confirm the prices. Or they just want to order from me, versus ordering from the website. That's something that I'm still having a challenge with. I don't know if it has to do with them wanting to make sure that they're going to get it when they need it or what, but it happens. And sometimes it just makes it difficult. But people know that if you order online, right, you got to pay. If you go to a website, you're going to pay for it up front. In this day and age, you just got to pay up front. On all of our emails, like I sent out an email yesterday, and all of our emails, what they say is, and this is how I get it done. I'll send an email back over after I do the invoice. I create my invoice, and then once I create the invoice and I create a payment link. I use Square Payments when they're not processing on the website. So within the Square Payments, that's a little bit too small, y'all. I get that link, and then I have a templated email that I've created. And it goes something like this. Hi, so-and-so. I'll say, hi, so-and-so, here's the invoice you've been waiting for. I place your order has been placed pending payment, right? I always say your order has been placed pending payment. So, and then it says, if you have not made your payment, please click the link to do so now to avoid delays. No orders go to the print. No, all orders must be paid prior to going to print. That makes people pay fast. They pay really, really fast when you do that, y'all, because what happens is they're like, oh, I want to get my stuff, right? So I better pay my invoice. And they'll go ahead and pay their invoice. And for those that don't pay the invoice, guess what? That next day after I send you an invoice in 24 hours, I haven't gotten your payment, we send out that invoice reminder. And then once that invoice reminder goes out, if it's 5 days before your orders due, I will send you that cancel order email. Just simple as that. I don't have time to play anymore. Like I did it for so long, staying up to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, busting my butt out here to try to make sure, like when you're doing a school or you're doing, like, say you get a cheer team or something, you want them girls to look cute. And so, or you get a company, you want them to look fabulous, right? Everything that we do as a creative, we take personal, right? We take it so personal that at least when you, if you're really, into your business and you really love, what you do and you love your name and you try to make sure that everything is perfect. At least I do. So I take it so personal that I spent a lot of my time, I spent a lot of my years, y'all, busting my butt to try to make people happy. And sometimes I had great customers and still do have great customers. And sometimes you have customers who just don't care 2 cents about you or your business. They're just there for the day. And once I realized that everybody, that was when I realized everybody was not my customer. And when I realized that everyone was not my customer, and I started to target the type of customers that I wanted, life became easier. Money started to flow. I was doing less work, making more money, not doing the headache jobs. I used to literally be the printer that everyone would call because if they needed a 6-color job, a 6-color CMYK process or whatever, they knew that I was the one to call because I would do it, because I would take the dirtiest of jobs. I started watching my father as he got older. And he would turn down jobs. And I would say, Daddy, why you don't do juice plates anymore? And he would say, well, because it's tedious. Or I don't do this anymore. He started taking things off of his price list. And when I saw him do that, I started taking things off of my price list. I started emulating the things that I saw my dad do, right? I started emulating the things I saw him do. And because the things that he said, it made sense. It just made so much sense that why would I spend 4 hours to do this to make 10% profit when I can spend an hour to do this and I will triple my investment, right? And so as I started doing things, I started learning what jobs were my money jobs. And that's really when my business started to grow. And it's also about the same time that my career as an industry consultant took off. I was already teaching classes. We've been teaching classes since 2009 but just on how to screen print or how to come in and how to do heat press work. But we were never training people on how to grow their business. And so when I started implementing certain things, and it was like finding that golden nugget, and it just took off. I did an article and things just took off from there. Let me find a shirt to put this on. I think this is going to go on a black shirt. Right back, because I don't have a shirt. Okay. Okay, so I specifically made this to go on a black shirt. And y'all, today, I'm going to use this Gildan shirt, and y'all are going to see me wear it on the channel. You know me, you know I don't like the Gildan shirts, but we did an order with Gildan. I moved that. Some of these moved. And I got a bunch of these shirts. So I'm going to print on it. I also have this purple. This would actually look really good on this purple too. But the purple is small. These are small shirts. But this would really hit on this purple, because this has it's like a darker purple. And then this color here, this pink, would match. This would look beautiful on it. Look. That would look absolutely gorgeous on that mixed with this darker color. So when I do stuff, I do try to match those colors up to where I get a color that I'm gonna really like. Let's go over here to heat press. Take me a second here. So I've been working on some different things, and it's working in Corel Draw. And this was while I was laying in the bed feeling like I was about to die, from this virus. Ken was just literally shitting water today because he didn't listen to what I told him. He got up this morning and tried to drink coffee. And I told him, babe, you might not want to drink coffee. Maybe try some peppermint tea or something like that. Or, some decaffeinated tea, something, some type of ginger tea or something, but you can't tell him nothing. I'll let this heat up to about 3 something. And so, yeah, he didn't listen. But while I'm laying there in the bed, I decided to make my time worth something. That's one thing about me, y'all. I can't stop moving. I just can't stop moving. I have to make my time worth something. So I'm laying there in the bed and I'm working on Corel Draw, and I just automatically a while ago, I started making a plugin for Corel. In the back of Corel, you can create what's called macros, and I'm pretty good at it. But I've always did it for like color separations. And then there I did a video, and that's going to be the next video I show, which has an outline of a star that you can make in Corel. If you don't have Corel, I recommend Corel for anyone who's getting in the business, because not only can you do screen printing separations in it, you can do heat transfer stuff, you can do rhinestones, you can do basically anything. So if God says the same, I will have a plug-in for y'all for Corel to do your rhinestones with. It'll be something really simple, but let's say if you go in and you type in a word, let's see if I have it pulled up. Yeah, I don't. Okay, if you go in and you type in this word in any font, right, you would be able to literally click a button and it turned to rhinestones, just like how it does over in Silhouette Studio. And I love some parts of Silhouette Studio for what they do, but not for others. But I think it would be a nice little plug-in for people. Especially if you have a cutter that cuts directly from Corel Draw. And Silhouette does cut directly from Corel too. They do have that Silhouette plugin that does cut directly from Corel Draw. And I used to have it on the computer, and I don't know what happened. So this color is going to be dark, right? My outline is going to be dark, and that's fine with me. I normally like to either go with a dark outline and then a bright color on the inside, or bright and then dark. But this is going to be dark, and it's just going to give me just enough bling to get the job done. And we're going to bring it down right here. You don't want it too far because I got those big tatas, and I definitely want this thing to be seen. Definitely want it to be seen. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me take a look. My eyes are not what they used to be. It's not centered. Let me do that again, y'all. I know it wasn't. So when I'm working with this press, it's a whole lot different. I may end up putting a what do you call it? It's this Givin right here that's bringing me over. It'll go there. Right there. I may end up putting a laser on here. May end up putting a laser on this press. I just happen to have gotten used to this press. I have to use it because I bought it and I purchased it strictly for doing those, the live events. But this is not a press that I would recommend for anyone if you're doing like screen printed transfers or anything like that. I try to tell y'all every time I use it, because the pressure on this, you cannot adjust it. But if you're doing something like rhinestones or heat transfer vinyl, it's fine. If you're doing anything that's going to tilt or move, you're done for. Literally done for. Oh, okay, you have the Corel 2020 graphic suites. Do you use it? Corel has, so for those who don't know, Corel has, not only does it have the vector program Corel Draw, it also has the Corel Paint, which is photo paint, which is like Photoshop. You can do color separations in it. And then you also have like a font manager where you can store like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of fonts and have all of that type of stuff organized. And then what else does Corel have? It has a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't even use. That's how we're looking so far. That's just with the shirt with the boss on it with the outline. Now we're going to brighten it up when we add in the second color. I really prefer to lay my stones and everything all at one time, but lately I haven't even been doing it. Just because I'm out of practice. I've been putting it, I have a thing for contouring, so whenever you see a lot of my designs, you'll always see like outlines, because I always like to give a couple of different options for pressing them, which, you know, it's just my thing that I like to do. It's what I like to do when I'm designing. When I'm creating, I'm always designing stuff like that, where I have multiple ways that I can print things. So you'll start to notice that I'm always adding an outline to something, because sometimes I feel like I want the whole design there, and then sometimes I feel like I don't. And so I like to have options. Like when I did the Crafty Boss, the other day I did a version without the, I added some stones up there because I thought that it needed it, but it did not. It's not on template, and I just decided to add it. But yeah, like when I did this Crafty Boss, I did the Crafty Boss with like 3-4 different, where you could do it in so many different ways. And I have the shirts in all the different ways, but my favorite one is actually this one right here. Out of all of them, I'm not a real girly girl, so I kind of like normal colors. So I did this one with just that dark blue, but the blue actually kind of looks kind of grayish on there. And then I didn't even put anything in here, and I still got a stone right there I need to put back on in there. But just switch things up, you know, nothing has to be the same. Trying to get these few rhinestone designs done that I need to get done, because I got to move on to some other stuff that I got going. Okay, I think that's all right, y'all. These eyes are bothering me today. As a matter of fact, I've got my eye drops right here, and I have not taken them. Now when I go to the eye doctor, it's going to be getting on me because I have not done what I'm supposed to do. Carl, there's a lot of Corel Draw videos here on the channel, and I'm probably going to go ahead and start back doing Corel Draw stuff. I said I was going to start doing classes, doing my Corel Draw classes again. I haven't done classes in a very long time, because Corel used to have a Corel's Partner program. And what happened is, I think this was like right around the time of COVID or whatever, I was the only Corel Draw certified instructor in the state of Texas. And so I was about the only person that was doing the classes. And they canceled the program. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks like it's clear on camera, but it's not. It's actually like a pink. Seems like the light is not showing it. but it is bling, bling, blinging, baby. Okay, Amazon. It's blinging, honey. It's popping. That is that light, light pink. I'll probably wear it in. I think y'all can see that it's a really, really light pink. Look at that bling, bling. Right here on my end moved on me a little bit, and that was actually in the cut file. Not in the cut file, but in where my cutter cut it, where I did not pull out all of my stones. But this is, oh baby. Now this is a shirt right here, honey. When you walk in the room, you is giving boss for real. For real. Now me, y'all, this shirt that I have it on, the shirt that I have this on, like, it's just a plain tee, right? But I'm more of a, I think this with like on with a scoop neck. Let me see, because y'all know I don't like this plain shirt, so we gonna have to do something to this thing. I'm gonna have to do something to this thing, because otherwise it ain't gonna work for me, and I'm not gonna wear it. So I might as well do it now. The Gildan shirt is just a kind of a rough shirt to me, and I like my shirts soft, and I don't really like collars and things, so we're gonna just go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do about it now. Right? Go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do about it now, so that I don't have to worry about it later. Which one of these are working? Probably this little small one. Let's see here. Start down at the bottom. Let's go ahead and freak her on out a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this tail here. Right? And I'm just going to come there, and I'm going to come this way with it. And because it's folded, it's going to be fine. So let me push that back. See the numbers over here, y'all. Okay. So if I come from here. Oh, shoot. No, you didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get my blade right. See where I started at the bottom? In case something is messed up and does not do right, I can save the shirt. Save the shirt. Be okay. The left hand going back. Come on. Do something with that. I got a couple of blurs right there. I'm just gonna cut that off. That's gonna be fine. Okay. So I like to kind of just stretch this material. That just gives it to where it doesn't like grab me, you know? Doesn't just grab hold of my body and just feel all loose and whatnot when I wear it. And then we'll do a cold shoulder there and a cold shoulder. Do it here on the sleeve. We'll do the double. And then on here, I hope that this is strong enough It's not. Definitely not. Okay. So. Normally, if you cut it with the rotary blade, you can get a nice smooth cut. Especially if you do use that chalk. Like here, I'm chopping. But as long as I do both of them at the same time, I'm normally good. Yes. There we go. So when I put that up, we got a little something showing there. And then I'm going to need a little something showing here. Now, if I do this, the only thing is this will end up unraveling on you a little bit. So sometimes you may want to just come in here and do a pinch and do a slit and a slit there. And I'm thinking about what am I going to do about this collar. It has to go. It's going to have to go. It's going to have to get up off of here. Could do it as a V, but it's got to go. You got to go. My other blade, I need to switch out my blade so I can get this perfect. Baby, around your collar is where you really, when you wear something, really want to be cute. You take that off. Am I weak, that weak, or is it me, or is it the blade? Doesn't have to be perfect for me because, come on, cut. I know it probably looks like I'm going to cut myself, but don't worry, I won't. It's just because I'm left-handed. Everything you do when you're left-handed may look a little bit flicked on camera. Now, it's starting to get sexy up in here. Man, it's starting to get sexy up in here. Yes, honey. All I need is a couple of slits and eyes good to go. Couple of slits and eyes will be good to go, y'all. Match. We went from rhinestone to cut. Now, if we had a lighter in here, we could burn a little bit. So here on the front, pull that down. Get to see me when I rock this thing. Okay. So now I may end up doing something with some splats around here. I don't know. But these shirts here will go when you do anything with these, they'll go kind of a yellowish color. So it's not always the best thing for it. So after I do this, I'm not going to do it on camera, but I'm going to, I'll probably come in and hit this with my lighter, and it will do like a few little burn marks, and it'll make it really cute. Then here in the back, because I'm a hot girl, I got to come down below the bra line, right? Because you don't want to see the bra strap, so you got to either go above the bra or below the bra. So if I go here, up in here, I can hit this Purple Tanzanite on Temu. Girl, I found some Purple Tanzanite on Temu that really blings. I haven't tried Temu. I heard I've been seeing a lot of people post about that website. Okay. Hopefully I can do this where I can see. That's enough. I got to stay above the bra line. Oh, yeah. That's gonna give me just a little bit, just enough right there. Just enough right there. That's all I need. And then I like to stop it. And then if I do it, I'll go below the bra line so that nobody can, you know, when you're wearing your bras, you don't want anybody seeing all that. That don't make no sense, y'all. Folks be seeing the bra. Right? So now, if I was making this for my daughter, I would actually cut this and tie this because they like their butt to be shown, you know. But mine is already big, and so it don't need to be accented. And it's old. Nobody wants to look at an old butt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. Some good clothes. So I just like to stretch. Okay, I'm done with this, y'all. I got my little shirt, honey. It's on and popping. Y'all will see it. Y'all will see me with it on. You will see me with it on when I wear it. Let's see, I don't have a body form. I will put it up on the body form. I don't have a body form in here to put it on. Okay, so I said we're gonna keep it short and sweet. There is the shirt for the night. There it is, y'all. Alrighty. Looks like I might have a couple of, oh, I did. Remember when I said I got a couple of rhinestones over here on the template that I did not pick up? Where are they? Oh, I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. Well, it's blinging so tough you can't even see it. So I ain't gonna worry about it. Find it. Want to find it. I know it was a couple of them that did not lift up, but that's so pretty. That outline is so pretty. You could do this. You could actually do this 3 different ways, y'all. You could do just the Givin Boss by itself. You could actually do this with just the Givin Boss without this outline if you wanted to. And you could just do this outline on the inside, because see, it has those two outlines. It has the outline there and the outline there. You could actually make that in another color if you wanted to. And it would be really, really cute. I'm gonna have to go check out that website. They have stuff for big girls on their curl, because I'm a little thick. And I know sometimes when I order off of sites, then I may not get what I bargained for sometimes. I need a couple of more little slitsies, y'all. Okay, we'll wrap this video up for tonight, y'all. I hope everybody has a good night. And what is today? Tuesday? Oh, my head is spinning. Feel terrible, y'all. My head has started spinning. I haven't eaten anything yet. You see, I still got my PJ top on. Whew. Just other than like just broth. So maybe, I don't know, but yeah. Just decided to get up out the bed and do something. When you're sick and you lay in that bed, it will just have you. Okay, that's all I go up to, honey. I ain't bigger than that. That's all I go up to. I just do normal extra large or 2X. I don't do 2X tops, but I got a big old dunk, so I have to have a big bottom for me. All right, y'all. This is it for the video. I'll see y'all in the next one. Everybody have a good night.